Hey, so today we're gonna be working on the van a bit. We talked about cabinets, show you how we built the cabinets, how we built our bed, how I did the drop ceiling, how we covered the insulation up, a bunch of crap. So anyway, roll into it. Good morning, guys. Hey, it's been a sec. So just to update you on everything, we're now in California. We took a trip to Vietnam for 3 months. Obviously, we posted a couple things there. It was funny, we were like, yeah, we're gonna video a bunch, we're gonna post a bunch, it's gonna be awesome. But we only posted a couple things, so sorry. We actually have quite a few more things, like quite a few more days that we vlogged and adventures that we filmed, stuff like that. But we obviously didn't edit those. So I'll get around to editing those eventually, but they just didn't come together like I wanted them to, you know what I'm saying? But we're now back in California. We're in Chico, California. And we are ready to build out our van and finish out our van. So I'll show you, we've been working a little bit, just kind of updating a few things. So I'll give you a progress report, and then it's Saturday today, and Julia's dad's boss, and he's gonna help us all day today, or a good chunk of the day today, and he's honestly just a crazy workhorse. So I'm pretty pumped on that, because I'm a little bit lazy. So this is where we're at so far. We have floor, insulated floor, and then plywood. We have some of this filler wood on most of the sides, well, probably half the sides. That's where the cabinets are going. Maybe from the back it'll be easier to show you what's going on. So we've got these bunks up, we've got most of the ceiling up, we've got the lights installed and working. We've got the floor, we've got those two bench seats ready to go. So next, I'd like to build this shelf here above our heads. And then I'd like to build cabinets. And then I'd like to finish the drop ceiling around the AC unit. And then at that point we could probably build the bed maybe, and then paint everything. We're gonna paint almost all of it white, if not everything white. Jules wants to do everything white. We'll see if I went out on that at all. We are chopping the sides, so we insulated everything in the sides here, right? All the little cracks and crevices and stuff. And then just to give it a clean finish, we're cutting these boards to kind of follow the edge a little bit. So
now we need this piece here.
Yeah, just to cover it all up, make it all look clean. All right, then once we got everything cut, you get a handsome shirtless man with impeccable abs, and you just drill right into the side. And it holds it beautiful. What do you think, Ryan?
Great.
We mainly just wanted to cover it for no reason other than to make it look nice, and we're gonna paint it all, so then any of the parts that, if it wasn't covered and then maybe a part of it was, of the cupboard was actually poking out the side, you know, like it just would look like crap. So we just decided just to cover everything, and then we'll paint everything white, and it'll look real fancy. We're all about looking as fancy as possible. I also 50% sure I have a sinus infection. Not fun, but it's pretty cool. Also, the second thing we're working on right now is Jules and her dad just built these boxes to go around the wheel wells. We're gonna be building like a play area right here for the girls under the bed. The bed will be here, and then half of the bed will be a play area. So we really wanted to box it in so that the girls weren't playing with like the insulation and stuff. Makes sense, right? Alrighty, so a little bit of progress has been made. I'm actually working on the drop ceiling. We have this air conditioning unit. Let's have a look-see at it. There's a nice little AC unit up there. It'll only work when the car is on, so it obviously won't be ideal, but it'll be definitely better than nothing. So occasionally we'll have to run the car. But because of that, it used to have this big long unit that stuck, like went all the way down the ceiling, but we tore all the plastic off, and now it's just this little dented piece. I don't know how well you can see it, but It just pokes down like 6 inches or so. So instead of having this big black thing hanging, we decided to add a little drop ceiling. So, well, I guess to jump back a step, how we put the ceiling on was instead of doing a bunch of screws in, we wanted it to have a clean finished look. So we put these wood slats and screwed them into the ribs of the van, so then we could just nail straight into it. And it's actually been awesome because then we can just, like this piece, this drop ceiling piece, we just screwed straight into the side of the wood rib. So it's like super sturdy, we didn't have to go up into the metal and whatever, which is nice. And then I just cut a hole for that, and then we will cut up a milk carton or something and make like a tube and bridge the gap from this hole down to this vent. So then it'll spray out all nice and we can aim where we want it to go. And really our overall view for this van was we like did extra work like framing out the windows. Let's see, framing out the windows. So it'll just feel more like a house. We didn't want it to feel like a van. We didn't want it to feel like an RV. I'm really bummed the only DC switches I could find were like RV switches, because I want this to feel like a house, not like an RV. So, but I think overall we're getting that to work, and slowly but surely coming together. Now the game plan is to build this other side the exact same. So I already have the template cut, and then we'll screw it into this rib on this other side, and then we'll do slats across from that drop down to this drop down, the same as we did on the ceiling. So it'll just continue and match, and then it'll go back up over on this side. So anyway, I'll catch you up once I've done that. Alright, so just now I got this in here. So what will happen is now we'll put more ceiling stuff, these planks, across here. Just put a screw that goes into the side of that rib, and it's pretty easy. So should be pretty chill.
A solid piece across the back.
One of these.
It's gonna go across, and we're gonna just screw it right in there.
Yep. Not sure how much of that was pointed at us, but we're trying to discuss, we're gonna put in cabinets right here. So, anyway, so we're trying to discuss exactly how we're gonna build those. We've seen, there's obviously, it's pretty similar on most vans, but we're trying to figure out the best way to like cover this backing. And I also have wiring here. So I want to make it so that it all comes off in one piece, just in case I have to get to that wiring for some reason. It's just a couple screws instead of like bringing down the cabinets and then bringing down the backing and doing all this stuff. It's a simpler process just in case. Overall, I think our plan worked though. We're just gonna do a couple solid side pieces and then a full solid bottom piece, and then a couple of these little 1x2 pieces to hold things together. I also just got this up, so here's the driver's seats, it's a door to the front. I didn't have any cardboard. I really wanted to just use cardboard to make a template, but instead of doing that, I literally cut the general shape. I measured the very top, and I measured the bottom, and then I kind of brought it and eyeballed where I thought like these pieces would be, and this little, then I came back and measured where this notch was, and just literally took like 20 trips to the saw and back. But it's a pretty good fit. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. And then I think we can build some stuff to like cover, well, we're going to have to build some stuff to cover a lot of these other components anyway. So I think it's close enough. And then what we'll do is right here, we'll cut out a square and put a covered face on it. So then this obviously doesn't have a bottom yet, but we'll also put a bottom piece that will just rest on top of these pieces and come back and hook here. And then this piece, when you fold it down, it won't fold down later. We'll just hook to that rib up there. So you just push it up and then put a screw, and then we'll put another one of those here, and that's what that'll hook onto. So I'll show you when we're done, but I think it'll be pretty good.
Not really? Okay. There you go.
So we just got that cabinet's, I guess the tester hung. So as you can see right here, we got this shape. We all we did was we measured, we got this was square. So then we measured how far this needs to come out and how far this needs to come out, and then how long this needs to be. So those three things we kind of did some math, but mostly just guessed on the shape, and then came and it actually fit pretty well. We had to make a few adjustments to the ceiling. We had to cut it back a little bit, but that's all with finagling these things. But it should be pretty good. Now we just have to go make a bottom for this, and then put on the backing. But overall, this is getting super close. The main issue now is just figuring out exactly how the doors on it will go and hang and stay open and all that crap. So getting pretty close on this stuff. All right, so progress on the cupboard area. We've got the sides done. So we got those templates that I showed before. We added a couple more supports, including this one. This is where the cupboards will hinge to, like the cupboard doors. And then they'll come out like that, if that makes sense. So this is the front, then this is the back. We made this nice little frame structure, there's a few here, and then we cut these to fit on the inside. So then we'll go nail those, and then we cut that second one for the top. So then it'll give it a nice finished look on the inside. And then we'll paint the whole thing white. And then these also double as we can screw straight through these into the ribs in the van, especially this one, to hold it up, and that's what will give it its support, like even more support than it has now. Pretty cool. Well, those will pass, those will go around it.
Around it?
Yeah, but those are gonna go down to the left and down through that hole eventually.
How far off is it?
Yeah, so just across the whole top will be bolted.
Technically.
Alright, busy day today. We decided to try and tackle the bed. Don't mind me. Oh, wait for it. There we go. So, busy day, we decided to try and tackle the bed as well. So what we did was cut a 2x4 length, and then we got this huge bit and drilled holes through the 2x4. So we put 3 in there, 1, 2, 3, and through the siding. And what we did was we used these butterfly hinges. So there's the big hole, push it through, then it opens up once it gets through, and then you tighten it. So it's like part of the vehicle now, pretty much. So anyway, we're gonna do the other side, so I'll have Jules film us doing the other side. The holes though aren't quite big enough for these butterfly things. So we got a metal blade on this bad boy. It's not plugged in. And then we kind of cut the whole square so that this square thing will fit through it. Works out pretty well actually, it only takes a second. Now the hole's big enough, this can go through. We obviously have to stick it through the board first. Don't stick it through without the board. You'll lose this piece and it'll be terrible because this will probably wrap inside the door for the rest of your life. Should we get that one?
Go ahead and stick that one in. Yeah, let's get this one in.
Well, we can get that one fully in. This one's in. Alright, so then what you have to do is, those bolts you have to have tension on it, so we pull the board out, and then we all three at the same time tighten all 3 screws.
Yeah, I did.
And there we have it. And the next step is
The next step, we modified these little brackets to hold the board.
Board's too long.
At least it's too big, not too short. But essentially the board will just slide into that, and we have a few of those for each side. A piece of ply on top of that. Whoop. And then our bed is donezo.
What?
This works. There we go. Is it gonna be sturdy? Alrighty, I think that's it for tonight. That was a good, honestly, a bunch of stuff done. We got the bed frame mostly done. We got the cabinets mostly done. We got the overhead above the thing, above the driver's seat, about half done. We got these boxes built. Overall, what did I forget? Oh yeah, and then the bottom paneling we finished today, like all that stuff. Pretty freaking productive day. Feeling great. It's all because of that guy right there. He's a boss, a workhorse. If you take a break, you feel so guilty because he just pounds straight through brakes. So it kind of forces you to only take short little breaks. Anyway, I'm planning to vlog every day that we work on the van, which is probably every day. So we'll see you next time.